My Career is your chance to live the life of an NBA superstar. Before you start, you can load up the My NBA 2K20 app and scan your face into the game. Then, use the brand new My Player Builder to create your skill set and physical abilities. When you're done, you can test the build at any overall rating you'd like with teams that you choose.
JoKeR Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Up next, it's that time of the year. DA, well, no doubt, David, he is one of the best. Thank you. Here's the starting group for Houston. Tucker and Capella are up front. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. And it's House in at the threesome. And for the Thunder, Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Paul. And it's Ferguson in at the three, the small forward. And that one, good. Capella's got the game going with his first points of the game for the Rockets.
Hey, you got to put a body on Capella. I mean, he's a tenacious offensive rebounder and does a nice job using his body.
Good on the triple. Great guards tonight for both teams. Did you ever spend any time in the backcourt at any level when you were playing?
No, I was a ball-handling forward, Kevin, and it served me well, but I was not a guard. I was a forward that could dribble and pass fairly well.
So you were ahead of your time because that's all we see now in the NBA, right? Guards are not always bringing the ball up.
Yeah, you know, somebody just mentioned that to me, Kevin, that I was maybe a tad ahead of my time back in the late 70s.
Gallinari finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Buries the long-range jumper. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 6 points.
And good to get him going early. That shot should give him some confidence.
Perhaps he's set for a big night. I mean, he can be a difference maker for him when he's on his game.
So it's the Thunder now, following the score by Houston. Fires the three. Ferguson misses. For Houston, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Count it.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Paul kicks to Ferguson. Back to Paul. Pass to Gallinari. A 3-ball. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. Last game for the Rockets, they picked up the win against the Brooklyn Nets.
Well, it's easy to score when you're facing very little resistance. That's why their offense looks so good now.
Well, I think it was a combination of things, quite honestly, but the defense didn't really offer them a challenge all night. I agree with that.
Now here's Westbrook. A 23-point game for him in the win against Brooklyn.
And he also dominated the glass out there. He hit the boards hard and often.
The rebound by Steven Adams. Thunder have gone 2 of 6 from the field. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. For Houston, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Tucker finds Harden. Does not find the basket. His third miss. He's made just 1 so far.
Well, you know, last season for the Rockets, not as strong as the season prior. 53 wins and 4th seed compared to 65 wins and the #1 seed in 2018. Still face the same fate in the playoffs, though. Not able to overcome the Warriors.
Houston making a switch here. McLemore's checked in.
Well, at least he had the presence of mind to change his shot when the defense got on him. You've got to improvise sometimes.
And it's Schroeder missing.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
It's stolen by Schroeder. And the Thunder pushing it up now. That's good from Gallinari on the assist by Schroeder. And that ties it up.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
Here's Nader. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for the Thunder.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
Clark, for the Rockets, that was the 4th time in the last 5 years they've lost to the Warriors in the playoffs.
And it's easy to see why this team has become a bit obsessed with beating the Warriors. They've been unable to do it in 4 or 5 meetings. The team is still in a good spot to compete, and I think they just need to tweak just a touch to maybe get over the hump.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Let's take a look at the real stats, the real scores from the real NBA. These guys have been grabbing rebounds in bunches to lead the NBA over the last 10 games. The 4th spot held by Clint Capella.
When it comes to rebounding, it's been a stupendous stretch for him. He's been using his body and strength so effectively.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Tyson Chandler, who's checked in for Clint Capella. Cephalosha comes in for Daniel House. And it's Rivers in for Russell Westbrook. Here's Nader. He's got 5. Now here's McLemore. And here's Cephalosha for 3. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. There's the 3. And that one's good.
And you can see he just caught a glimpse of the open man on the perimeter and immediately got him the basketball.
There's 18 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Rivers passes to Cephalosha. Back to Rivers. Kicks it to Cephalosha. McLemore inside the line. No good again that time. Here's Baisley. And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And against one of the toughest offensive players in the league, they've been doing a great job.
It's been a sort of long relationship.
And you see that a lot nowadays. Star players developing friendships and GAs spending time with each other off the floor.
Yeah, some people hate it because they want that bad blood you used to see, but no reason you have to hate someone to really compete against them.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far.
Oh, man. He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime.
And why not? A little salt in the wound. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys reeling and on the ropes.
We have seen so many great players in the history of this terrific game, but in your mind, who's the best to have never won an MVP?
Wow, you think about some of the names on that list recently, or not too long ago. Patrick Ewing, Scottie Pippen, same era. How about going back to John Havlicek, a former Buckeye and all-time great with the Celtics. Elgin Baylor, one of the first high-flying forwards that I recall, one of those really creative, do-it-all type forwards. Jerry West and Dwayne Wade right in that mix too, man. Those are some lofty names that didn't get an MVP.
Harden finds Rivers. From deep, McLemore drains it from beyond the arc. McLemore's got 7 points in the game.
And guys, there are some you can give that shot to, but let's be clear, he's not one of them. Terrible job there by the D.
And Paul has some excellent wheels, I tell you. Easily slashing to the lane whenever he's given room to operate.
Bucket is good.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Baisley passes to Burton. Got a hand on it, and it goes out of bounds. That one's off Cephalosha. Steven Adams, he's checked in for the Thunder. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Rockets trail by 7. On the wing, Harden, defended by Paul. Houston moving the ball around. McLemore, no good.
Boy, I'm absolutely shocked he didn't get that one to go. Usually he's money from deep.
Ferguson for 3. Pass to Paul. Just 5 on the clock. And that's good. Terrence Ferguson for 3. Ferguson's got the lead up to 10 now for the Thunder. Out of bounds, Oklahoma City takes possession. Well, we're now on the back end of what has been, Greg, an incredible career for Chris Paul. Perhaps no longer the undisputed best point guard in the game, but still a top talent.
And Chris Paul might not be the best point guard, but any team could be happy to have him. His efficiency and playmaking aren't going away anytime soon. And even though he's never been an overly athletic player, that aspect of his game still as strong as ever.
For the three, the shot will not fall. And Houston the other way now. Last time they met in Houston.
And they had to scrape and claw to get the win the last time these two teams went head-to-head. It came down to a few key free throws at the end.
Yeah, you know, Greg, when a game gets snug or tight, that's where KG teams often execute and get easy offense. Either they get to the line or they get something inside, and if they do get to the line, they make them count.
In the corner, Harden. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Harden's got 5 points now this quarter.
And they are absolutely stroking it from beyond the arc.
Gilgeous-Alexander finds Gallinari. They get the rebound. Oh, no one around him. Wide open, couldn't capitalize.
Well, he has not been sharp this period. Seems to be a little flustered out there, too.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
And they're starting to heat up is what they're doing. They're on fire. I mean, that's what they need to climb back into this game.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And you look at the way Steven Adams has developed his offense the last few years. It's been a huge boost for this team. He has always been a great defender, but now he is an important cog on this team in terms of scoring.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Nader's checked in, and Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Chris Paul. And a switch here also for Houston. Tucker's checked in. The shot by House is no good.
You know, sometimes making it difficult for him to finish at the rim is all you can ask for from the defense.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
He kicks it to Westbrook. It's deflected to the paint. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball.
Yeah, and right when you thought that shot was leaving his hands, he reinvents it.
And so it's Harden bringing it up for Houston. Trailing by 13. And following this one, they'll take on the Hornets in New Orleans. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip.
You know, Harden will burn you when you overcommit and leave guys open. He's excellent at sensing when you're out of position.
Pass to House. From deep. No good on that one. And the Thunder pushing it up now. And Muscala kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Adams.
Yeah, a strong defender is Capella.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets under.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And what a show being put on here for the home fans. Oklahoma City has the edge here at halftime. They lead by 10. And now with the second half about to get underway.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. Rockets trail by 10. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Ball out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Ferguson in at small forward. That's Billy Donovan's 5 as we get going here in the second half.
Nice aggressive move by Paul. You know, for a little guy, he knows exactly how to finish inside. Very good at making it happen against bigger players.
Takes the 3. It's rebounded by Houston. Capella's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Stolen away. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Defense is right there. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. And with that, the Thunder lead is cut down to just 10 points on the bucket from Capella.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over. And always a bit of risk on those long passes. Lucky the D couldn't come up with it there.
Paul for three, hits the three-point bomb. Paul's got 7 points.
You know, the more of these threes Paul hits, the more dangerous he becomes as a passer, and he hits his fair share of those threes.
And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And the Rockets making a change here. McLemore is checked in. And that's a foul called on Gallinari. That is his first foul of the game. Noel's checked in for Adams. And here's Westbrook from the arc. And Paul pulls it down. The Thunder leading by 13. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half. He does not lack for confidence, and he shouldn't. I mean, this guy is a dangerous scorer.
And with all the accolades that James Harden has accumulated in his career, Clark, the one thing missing is a championship ring.
And, you know, there's no guarantees for however great you are individually that you'll win a championship. We've got a lot of great players that weren't able to get that done. But, you know, when you think about it, that's one thing that's keeping him from being in the all-time great shooting guard conversation in the eyes of some. Team success is critically important. Championships add to your resume, but I think at the end of the day, when you maximize your individual contribution, that should be worth something in terms of your recognition and accolades.
Gallinari inside the three-point line. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Capella's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Now the dish to McLemore. Here's Westbrook. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Nerlens Noel. If you were going to have one guy, Clark, defend James Harden out there one-on-one, who would it be?
Well, Paul George is fantastic. His quickness and timing and anticipation and length and athleticism makes him one of the elite defenders in the league. I would probably start with him. Kawhi Leonard wouldn't be too bad. And Giannis Antetokounmpo is starting to relish defending as much as he does wrecking the rim on his drive.
Interesting. All 3 of those guys you mentioned, all taller, and some more so than the others. I mean, it's a lot of length.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, especially George and the Greek Freak.
And there's the pass to Burton. Here's Gallinari. A 3-ball. Burton, no good.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
McLemore dishes to Rivers. And here's Westbrook from the arc. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Westbrook's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Whether he's attacking the basket or squaring up from long range, Westbrook is always dangerous.
A nice shot by Rivers.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And a quick look at how the Oklahoma City Thunder's schedule is shaping up. On Sunday, they'll take on Marc Gasol and the Toronto Raptors. Then on Tuesday, they'll go up against Kristaps Porzingis and the Dallas Mavericks.
And for that game against the Spurs, there aren't many other meetings that are as evenly matched as this one. Both teams can give and take punches, and this one, I think, is going to come down to the wire.
The Thunder have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one. The first one falls. And he makes both free throws.
It's been a really good day for him at the line. Some other bigs have well-documented problems on their free throws. He's not one of them.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a 3-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Clint Capella, he's checked in for Houston. Free throw good, Cephalosha. Oklahoma City leading by 5. Passes it to Muscala. He tries for 3, drills it from outside. Muscala's got 5 points in the quarter. 59 seconds left in the third. House the pass to Cephalosha from 11 feet away. Buries the jump shot. For Oklahoma City, they've gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime, 5 out of 11. Almost halfway through the season, let's check out the standings out west. Take a look at the Rockets. Here in the middle of the regular season, they've been able to get the 4th best record in the conference. And of course, Oklahoma City, they're 7th best in the conference.
And I think for the Rockets, this hasn't been the breakout season that many were predicting, but they're still very much in the hunt for a high postseason seed, and that will keep them focused here during the season's final stages.
And they need to stay focused. I mean, they have to ensure they hang on to a high seed. It's imperative for them.
Aston Muscala. Inside, Adams. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
That's his second.
Nice work to get it inside and draw contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throw.
James Harden, he's checked in for Austin Rivers.
And you can sense that the pressure might have gotten to him a little bit, but he did do enough to put them in the lead. And you've got to give them a lot of credit for just battling back into this game.
Extremely impressive was the rally they made. I mean, we'll see how much their comeback might have taken out of them, and we'll see if they can keep that foot on the pedal now.
Now Schroeder. Three-pointer. A shot, no good. And at the close of the third quarter, still a close game, and both teams putting up points in a hurry. Houston on top. They're up by 2. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Oklahoma City. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the 4th quarter. 4th quarter on the court for the Rockets. Tucker and Capella are up front. McLemore is out there with Harden, and it's House in at the small forward position.
Capella's so good at finishing around the rim, showing you right there. Great explosiveness inside.
The shot by Nader, no good. Houston in the lead. And McLemore kicks it to Tucker. Looking to end his cold spell, and the basket by Harden.
And a nice spark for their offense here in the second half. Now above 50% for the game.
And, you know, guys, that kind of offensive efficiency really keeps a lot of pressure on the opponent, and that's part of why the lead is what it is.
A pretty free look from three-point range. The D forgot about him on that possession.
You know, Greg, I think that might have been intentional. Perhaps was not an accident, because he's typically not the guy that's taking that shot at this stage of the game. After hitting 1 3 in the first half, he's been unable to dial in from deep since then. Man, what a pass that was there. He really, really relishes making the game easier for his teammates.
Pass to McLemore. This one for 3. Thunder with the rebound. Adams has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Here's Ferguson. And that one goes long.
Total breakdown from the defense there. I mean, he'll usually take advantage when that's the case.
McLemore, no good.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can count on him to continue missing.
Nader's shot's good. And now a 4-point Oklahoma City lead.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
They need this. Houston now working with the new shot clock. And some nice passing there by Houston. A shot by Harden, wide open. The Rockets with another miss.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that. The defense left him just a little window to get through, and he just ducked in for the layup. Terrific job.
Here's House. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Here's Schroeder. Lays it up off the glass. Schroeder's got 7 now in this quarter.
And they've done some nice work as we've come down the stretch here in the final quarter.
Greg, you can feel the sense of urgency they have to get this thing closed out as soon as possible.
Russell Westbrook in for Ben McLemore. Capella finds Westbrook. Hits the 3-point bomb.
And And with that three-pointer, how about ending that 11-0 run by the Thunder?
And it's Paul with the ball for the Thunder. Leading by 5. Adams. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. And the 3 off target.
Perfectly played defensively there. He made that a very difficult look.
Westbrook with a wide open look. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got his 3rd assist on the night. Here's Gallinari. Russell Westbrook with the rebound. House dishes to Westbrook. A miss that time would have put him up. For Oklahoma City, they've gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. Ball passes to Ferguson. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Harden kicks it to Tucker. The pass to Capella. Back to Harden to take the lead. He can't hit that time. So the Thunder will take it the other way. Ferguson, the pass to Gallinari. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock. And the Thunder lead by 4.
And I've been impressed with the unselfishness, but also getting guys the ball where they can do something with it.
He is delivering a lot of room service downs tonight. One sweet one after another.
That's his first personal foul. 2 shots at the line upcoming.
First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
No mistakes there. Good free throws to give them just a little bit more cushion. And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
You know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
Harden kicks to Westbrook. Kept alive. And Adams sends it back. And now we've got the intentional foul. He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses.
And I'm sure he would like to have had all of those, but he's still able to pad the lead.
And that one's good. House.
No defensive pressure at all. I mean, that's not going to get it done against him.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Gets the first, and that increases their lead to 6.
Both prolific and efficient. Ultra competitive as well. Paul is a double-double threat who shoots a very high percentage from the floor and line.
Not enough ticks left on the clock to save him tonight.
Not by a long shot. It's all but official.
Trifecta!
Got to make anybody besides Harden shoot the ball there. I mean, he doesn't feel the pressure. He embraces this stuff. It's right in his wheelhouse. Make somebody else shoot it.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Yeah, but Greg, they didn't really have another option. I mean, I thought they did a nice job getting it in his hands and making sure he was the guy who'd go to the line.
20 seconds left to play here in the 4th. Near the 3-point line, it's Westbrook, and the rebound goes to the Thunder, and they go to the intentional foul. Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. He's off on the free throw and able to get that second one to drop in.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
So it's Oklahoma City picking up the win. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their